Hungary, Budapest, Bela Bartok and Zoltán Kodály, the last two being composers whose work was very influential in the 20th century, as music lovers know. And this was their hometown. So we're going to fly up to where the Danube River joins this other river. Easy landmark to find, actually. I've flown it before a couple of times this morning. This narrow isthmus. Then we turn south, fly down to waypoint 2, which is a bridge. Then just left of that bridge we will find the Hungarian Parliament, which I've bookmarked here. There it is, courtesy of Google Maps, plugged into little nav map. Waypoints 2 and 3, or 3 and 4 rather, are just bridges to help us stay on track down the river. So waypoint 1, we turn down the river. 2, we look for the Parliament Building. 3 and 4 are big turns in the river. That's it. Then we come back to land. I've got the map showing up nicely in my cockpit here, courtesy of little nav map. And let's see if we can manage a decent takeoff. Never a given. 50 knots. Only 2 knots of crosswind. 90, 110, rotate. And we're climbing out. Gear up. Flaps up. 150 knots. Climbing 8 degrees. I really want 6 degrees. We'll get there one day. And let's turn to the northwest. And there we go, pretty much on track. So we'll scoot up to the first turn point and take a leisurely flight down the river, about 200 knots I think. Let's get our low level jollies in as we go the 11.9 miles up to the first turn point. And disrupt the breakfast ablutions of the good inhabitants of Budapest. With our screaming jet engine overhead. About halfway there already. I've got a new landing camera setup, which I might use later on. We'll see. And the usual GoPro mountings on the wingtips. Okay, about 2 or 3 miles from that turn point. I'll just climb a bit so we can sight it out the left window. And it's got to be about just off the nose still. There it is. So we might as well slow down a bit because we're going to take a leisurely flight down the river. The beautiful Blue Danube, which inspired so much great music and poetry. And the famous waltz by Johann Strauss. So here we go. Turn point 1. About 4.7 miles to the bridge and the Parliament. get down to about 500 feet. This is a morning flight, so you can see quite long shadows. The sun's quite low in the east. That'll be our first bridge just coming into sight. We want to go left of that island. I want to keep some room on the left to look out for that Parliament Building. Okay, waypoint 2, and I can already see the Parliament looming ahead. At 220 knots. Pretty comfortable, and here we go, you can see the grand building. Great. Excellent. Mission accomplished. Okay, we'll pick up speed now and we'll climb out at the next turn point to get an overview of the city as we head back to the airport. And we're looking for another bridge. I'd say it's just around this bend. There it is. Okay, let's climb out. Only 10 miles back to the airport, so let's just have a bit of a view to the north. And there we go. The wonderful city of Budapest. Okay, let's get landing clearance, and I might use that landing camera.
Budapest Tower 007 is 6 miles west with Sierra to land. 007 Budapest Tower. Enter left downwind runway 31 right. Altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2 wind 266 at 14. Fly left traffic runway 31 right 007.
And there's the airport. And we can pretty much just make a slow turn to final, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Looking for a landing camera, there it is. Okay, speed brake out, gear down, full flaps. And there's our runway. 3-1 right. There we go. Exciting camera angle for landing, I've got to say. Thank you, Hungary, for the music and the scenery.